Credit Union. Your St.
Blue Note Hockey Fan Report. And aloha, how are you doing today? Saying hello to all 5 or 6 of my friends. Wow. Facebook user says, I don't think anyone can beat the Avs. Blues were their biggest challenge. I was just thinking about that. Ryan, this show is all for you, buddy. This show is because you wanted it. So you got it. Hopefully you can share it around to some Blues fans that you know and that they'll be willing to watch. And oh no, my rubber band broke again. Uh-oh. I'll have to deal with that here in a little bit. Hopefully the mic's not too bad, or I might be able to go without fixing it. I might have to fix it while we're talking, but wow. Let's talk some hockey, and I want to say thank you to all 7 or 8 of you. Thank you so much. I got to tell you, yesterday I got into it with someone who's been on this show before, and I don't put out names, but there was an Avalanche fan, and I will say this, it's not Markle. I don't want you guys upset at Markle, who is upset at everybody talking bad about the Avalanche. Well, you know what? If your fan base wasn't such a, this is just the typical Avalanche fan. Oh my God, the Avalanche are the greatest team in the world. And if you're not rooting for the Avalanche, it's so bad. Why are you hurting us? We're such a good team. And we've suffered for 20 seasons. Oh my goodness. Please, come like our Avalanche team. You know, our fans don't even like the Avalanche team. You want to talk about a team. I'm sorry. As late as 2019, right? 16, 17, 18, 19. This was a team that couldn't fill their own building. Could not fill their building, right? You would go to games and you'd watch games on TV. I remember watching Blues Avalanche games and you would hear the chants of Let's Go Blues. I remember seeing tweets about that. You could hear them counting goals. Absolutely. I am not. You know what, McDavid, I will give you that a little bit, bud. I will give you that a little bit. Yeah. No, actually, I don't think it has. I don't even think it comes close. And for me, now I have gotten my ass torn up over this. I've watched the Kane hit time and time again. I've had discussions with it with Full Press Hockey and with Inside the Rink, and I'm the only one who seems to think that it was not a bad penalty. It was a penalty, right? He takes he does this. He doesn't fully extend his arms. He does one of these. Okay, it's a cross check. It was a 2-minute cross check. Kadri was at the goal line. That goal line, I want to say, is 6 foot. 6 foot, the length of me to, my height to that wall. And you're crying about him getting a broken thumb because of the way he fell and hit. I broke my wrist from falling. Nobody touched me. I fell on my own. Kadri had a little bit of help, but the break was all because of the way he fell. Had nothing else to do with that. And now he had surgery on his thumb. Oh, well, it's all about how he falls. He will not being in the finals. That's where I'm fine with it. He got so close. Yeah, I'm kind of with you there, Ryan. I'll tell you what. They're going to try and figure out a way for him to play. I bet. I'd almost bet it. Right? Look. I am not a fan of Kadri's. I'm not a fan of the Avalanche. In fact, my disdain for the Avalanche grows almost every single day. It grows and grows and grows. And not only that, now I look at uh uh you know, Chara's, yeah, little bit like Chara's broken jaw. But Chara's a better player than Kadri ever could hope to be. Chara at the age of 95 is a better player than Kadri ever will be. At least that's how I feel. Look, you can say whatever you want. You can talk about it however you want. I looked at that play, and I'll tell you what, when I first heard it, I'm thinking, oh my God, he must have like jammed him or hit him really. I watched that play. Hey, Matt Lowe, I'm almost with you there, bud. I'm almost with you there. I watched that play, and I'm thinking there was nothing to it. It was at the bare minimum. You know what the play reminded me of? And I brought this up with somebody. They didn't answer, but I brought it up. This play reminds me almost exactly of the first round of 2019 with the Sharks and the Knights. And I forget who it was on the Sharks. It might have been Thornton that got, Thornton or their other guy. I forget who their other big guy was. Pavelski. I think it was Pavelski. Checked off the got checked off the face-off and falls down, and the fall is much worse than the initial hit, right? And I gotta admit, I've originally, when I saw that, I said that, that there's, I understand the aftermath, and I understood a lot of it. But now when I watch this Kadri one, I don't understand it at all. It takes a lot away, because this Kadri, the hit on Kane's hit on Kadri was not a suspensionable hit. I mean, there was a cross check. There was a blatant cross check. There was even more blatant than that in the Rangers game yesterday that didn't get called. I mean, open ice cross check. And then Jared Bendar. Oh my goodness. Jared Bendar going and saying that's the worst kind of hit in hockey. No, my friend, the worst kind of hit in hockey is an elbow to the head on open ice when you shouldn't be getting hit. That's the worst hit in hockey. Right? I've seen more guys' careers be ended. Look at Tavares, the hit he took. Now that was an unfortunate hit. It wasn't an illegal hit. But oh my goodness, Nathan McKinnon called Cal McCarr the best player in the world before the series, and I said that was complete BS. But after seeing him, or I might have to agree, dude is the completest player. Completest player. McDavid, I'm not completely on with you there. I think if you had to put McCarr on another team, he doesn't do so good. Right? I don't think. Oh, no, actually, I think that's exactly what it was, Ryan. I absolutely think it was him trying to embellish, right? I really do. I'm with you. I'm with you. What do you think of all the net crashing? Well, that's another dangerous play. You talk about, here's the thing. They talk about players being, the innocent bystander, or the guy that's not defenseless. Defenseless player. You want to know who the most defenseless player is? Is a goalie after a save. A goalie after a save is the most defenseless player. He's disoriented. He's not sure what's around him. He's not sure where the puck is. He's in survival mode. And that's when Bennington got hit. So if you want to talk about a dangerous play, the most dangerous play in hockey is after a goalie makes a save. I'll say that. Kadri will have to take an extra Midol to get rid of that. Actually, he had surgery on his thumb, so we might have to take a little bit more than that. Look, it is what it is. I'm not happy. the only thing I'll tell you right now that is making me feel a little better is it looks like. I mean, I think Edmonton can come back, but there's a chance that Edmonton's going to get swept, and that means that the Blues are the only team that's beaten the Avalanche. The only team that's beaten the Avalanche. I'm telling you, if Binnington doesn't get hurt, this is the Blues in this final, not the Avalanche. I absolutely believe that. I believe it more and more with the way I watch this. I think that, Binnington, I'll tell you what, and I said this a couple of times. I talked about it with Markel before the series, and I've talked about it with others. The Blues, I thought, matched up a lot better with the Avalanche than people gave them credit for, and that they were a much better team in a lot of areas. I've watched a little. He's only played like a minute, right? They haven't had him on the ice. I think the Blues could have beat him in 6. I really do. You don't take Shin out. You don't take Binnington out. I think the Blues win game 2 or win game 3. Game 4 isn't the Kadri love affair that everybody fell in love, that everybody thought it would be. And then, I think we take them in 6. I really do. I think that we take them in 5 or 6. I think they win 5 and we win it in 6. I really do. You talk about the Blues not winning at home. Not winning at home had a lot to do with how it was. I don't think so. I think Edmonton plays the Blues well. I think that would go 6. Right? I'm not saying the Blues are that big, strong of a team, but they're a good team. And you got guys like Shin with the destroyed rib cage who doesn't even flinch. Yeah, there you go. Matt Lowe, I agree with that. Guy, I get your frustration about crashing the net, but how do we want to go in? But how far do we want to go in sissifying hockey? Sometimes bad luck happens. Benner takes that hit a lot of times, and it's fine. Bad luck on his knees. Well, yes and no. There's a yes and a no here. And I've watched that play a lot. Here's the problem with the play. I understand going hard to the net. You're required to stop. After Rosen lifts Kadri's stick, Kadri never attempts to stop. Rosen does. Rosen's skates are at a 45-degree angle in a stopping motion. Kadri, at this point, is the one leaning into Rosen, pushing on Rosen. At this point, not only that, they're on the right-hand side. Well, Binnington's left-hand side, their right-hand side. Binnington is here. They're here. In no way should Binnington have been involved. They actually should have gone directly into the net. And they would have gone directly in the net had Kadri not changed his weight, and aimed and pulled Rosen towards Binnington. We're talking about what you guys want to talk about, Danny. Somebody brought it up, so I talk about it. Right? I didn't feel bad for a second hearing Kadri went down. He's probably out for the rest of the playoffs. Yep, he is. Right? Chris, I'm with you. I really believe that. And hey, Shockey, congratulations on Team Delta getting third in that tournament, man. Team Delta, man. I love you guys. I wish we could be there. I really do. I really, really do. Yeah, I'm with that. Anyone who blames Rosen, and when Rosen was the guy in front, and that's the thing that I don't get. How can you blame Rosen? And not only that, Rosen's skates, again, exactly. Blowing snow. I was just about to say that. Into Benner, trying to stop. Rosen was trying to stop. Kadri wasn't. Right? And that's the problem I have. No problem, Ashley. Ryan Green got mad at me for not doing a show and yelled at me and says, "You better get your ass on right now. I'm getting sick and tired of you not doing a show. So get on and do a damn show and make me happy." So that's what I did. I'm not defending Kadri, but I'm just careful taking a part out of hockey. Well, you know what? Here's the thing, Bob. That's why they have that blue paint. That's why they have that blue paint. Krug's like 5'9", 5'10", I think. Wendy, if it had happened to you, you'd be griping about it too. It's my party and I'll cry if I want to. Cry if I want to. You'd cry too if it happened to you. I'm ready to move on to it. I was ready. I'll tell you what. The thing that's here is Kadri's injury and how everyone thinks Kadri's an effing saint. And I don't think he is. And everyone, well, Wendy, I guess I'm good at holding grudges, right? Because here's my thing, right? You know what, Wendy? I want you to come on, bud. Can you come on? Because I want to talk about the Kane hit with you. I want to get a complete outsider on the Kane hit, especially one that wants. I think it's Edmonton to win so he can get a draft pick. Let me go. Oh, he can't. Damn. Right? Damn. I'm with you, man. I'm with you. I don't let things go. It's like the hand pass. I haven't let that go, and that happened 3 years ago and was the greatest play in Blues hockey. Right? That's why, that's one of the reasons that I think. Oh yeah, I'm with you. That was, to me, when Jared Bendar went and said that was the worst play in hockey, or the most dangerous play in hockey, is what he said. Keith didn't hit Bacchus. I'm not sure. Wendy, you got me there. I'm not sure. I don't remember that. You have to help me. Oh, talking about Drysdale, yeah. Well, I mean, I'll tell you what. You know what the problem with this game is, with this series is that too many times, as soon as the Avalanche get ahead, McDavid tries to put it all on himself. Right? Where are we at? I don't remember that hit, Matt Lowe. I don't. You already got the pick from him. Okay. Keith didn't hit Bacchus. I don't remember it, so I don't remember the hit. So you'd have to kind of remind me. Yeah, Keith and then Seabrook said wakey wakey. Now the wakey wakey I remember. The wakey wakey I remember. When Bacchus was down, yeah, that was dirty. Here we go. Let me see what I can come up with. Oh, what's going on? What's going on? Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Who was that? Here we go. Wakey Bacchus game. Duncan Keith, wakey wakey Bacchus reaction to Brent Seabrook hit. So it was Seabrook that hit and Keith that said wakey wakey. Right? Yeah, this is. I'm trying to bring it up now. I want to see it first. Oh yeah. Oh wow. Yeah, 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 yeah. Now I remember. That's a possibility. That surprised me. Seabrook took on Bacchus, and it was Keith that said "wakey wakey." Yep. I remember that now. Right. We're proving the Avs fans right. He's living rent free in our heads. Um, you're partially right, Danny. I get that, but here's my thing. I don't know. Oh, okay. Now you can't. Yeah, it was actually the TV. That was the game, right? Just read the comments. Yeah, okay. I think I'm caught up now. Ryan Green says I hold grudges too. My son's 4 years ago dumped all my favorite chips on the floor and proceeded to stomp on them like he's making wine. uh, I own the Wiki Wiki Bacchus shirt Blackhawks fans made. That to me that's dirty, man. You know, yeah, that's dirty. Oh wow, tie game, tie game, tie game. I didn't see who's got the goal. Wow, way to go. Drysdale to nice, nice. It's not Yamamoto. I can't see who it's to. Well, Drysdale just made himself useful. Drysdale just made himself useful. Useful. Very good move. Was that Nurse? 19? I think that's Nurse or Hyman. Okay, Hyman. There we go. I own the shirt with Redbird pissing on the Cubs logo. I guess it was Hyman. Okay, way to go, Hyman. The Hyman maneuver. Drysdale was a great pass in there, and Hyman just completely fooled. I think it's still Francoeur, right? I think Kemper's still out. Oh wow. Oh wow. Oh wow. There's going to be penalties now. Something happened. Something happened. Landeskog's down hard. Oh, he said something to him or did something because he went right after him. I can't see who it was. So it's okay. There you go. Do you want to see what the worst play? That's boarding. That's freaking boarding. What just happened right there? That is boarding. That is a 5-minute major boarding more than anything else, and that's why he goes right after him. Right after him. Right? That if you don't call boarding on that, something's wrong. That's the definition of boarding. That is the definition of boarding, not the crap that Kane got the penalty for. Landeskog needs to go in the freaking box. That was boarding. That was a 5-minute major boarding. Should be a 10-minute game too. Come on. Kemper won't be back till the cup. Oh, I like Mikko and Prunovic. It wasn't a hit. It was more than a hit from behind. It was boarding. And they get him for holding? How do you get him for holding? That is an absolute boarding. Wow. Well, the Oilers are on a power play, but that was a lot more than holding. That was boarding. That was absolute boarding. See, there you go. This is why that right there is why I'm still talking about the Binnington hit. Well, Pang has to be. Pang is on. Panger is getting is you know, he's working national now, not for the Blues. I don't blame Panger. He's got to follow that. But that right there, I don't get it. Oh my goodness. I don't believe that. How do you not call boarding on that? How do you not? That was the Landeskog right there. That's boarding. Boarding without a doubt. The definition of boarding. Player facing the boards, being hit from behind into the boards. Oh my goodness, that crap pisses me off. Download NHL publication. Come on, bring it up. Here we go. On that page. Where I want to read this if I can. Here we go. Game flow, where are we at? Boarding, Rule 41. Let's find Rule 41. Let me find Rule 41. I'm in the tables now, so it might be too far. I'm trying to find Rule 41. That's the index. Here we go. I'm looking for Rule 41. Give me a sec. Here we go. 43, 42, 41. Boarding. A boarding penalty shall be imposed on any player who checks or pushes the defenseless opponent in such a manner that causes the opponent to hit or impact the boards violently or dangerously. The severity of the penalty is based upon the impact with the boards and shall be at the discretion of the referee. That is a problem right there. Any unnecessary conduct with a player playing the puck on an obvious icing or offside. Now, okay, that doesn't. There you go. That right there. I just read what boarding was, and that was boarding. Yet they're going to call a holding penalty. Yep, absolutely. You know, and if you want to be a hater, if you want to hate me for that, if you want to, you know, say I don't know anything, because the guy that called me out, the Avs fan, he sat there and said, well, if you know so much about hockey, more than 10 people would watch. In fact, your Blues fans are so bad that they don't even like you. They won't watch you. Okay. Good enough. I don't care. Right? You know? The Blues power play, Erickson was one of the best in the league. Absolutely one of the best in the league, hands down. Apparently, the rule book is a guideline, and nothing is set in stone. You know, it's just, you follow it. It's written pencil, right? Description of the ref is a problem in this league. Yeah, I agree. I know what you're saying. Direction of the, letting the referee decide, at his discretion. Yeah, discretion of the ref. That is a problem with the league. I absolutely agree with that. Right? I've been kind of thinking about doing an article about 5 rules that I think the league needs to change or adjust during the off season. My number 5 rule is well, the only thing I can say, Danny, is if they do, that means the Blues are the only team that beat them. Right? And kind of, what was it, the 14 Kings? I think they only lost 1 or 2 games on the way. They swept 2 or 3 of their opponents, one of them being the Blues. I do remember that. And that was in was it 2012? It was either 12, it might have been 12. I know in 12 they swept the Blues. I'm not sure about 14. Right? In 12 they swept the Blues in the second round. Right? I'm not sure about 14. But they were a buzzsaw in the playoffs. Right? Let me see, where were we? Oh no, the 5 rules that I think need to be changed. Sorry, I got to get some air on me. Give me a second. I'm getting all caught up in everything. That might be a little better. Get some air on me, make me feel a little better. Yeah, I'm all for it. I hope I would love to see the Oilers be the second team ever to come back from down 3-0. Right? I really would. But McDavid has to stop trying to do everything on his own. McDavid needs to understand that they're keen on him, and he needs to make others around him better. He needs to get pucks when he's got 2 guys on him. Get pucks to that open guy. Danny forgot about the Kings. I didn't. Goalie interference, offsides are 2 that need to get rid of the gray area surrounding the rule and what it actually is. I do agree with that. Well, the problem with offsides is you have 2 separate offsides rules, but in all actuality, you don't. When it comes down to offsides, all offsides are delayed offsides, right? They're delayed offsides. The delay offsides is to prevent there being a puck stoppage every time, because you'd have a lot of puck stoppages if it was an automatic offsides. That's great, but now you have the issue of calling offsides on replays. Because one thing that you cannot change or challenge is a delayed offsides. So at what point does, how far back do you go to see if the player got back? Right? To me, there's a difference here. No. No, absolutely not. No. No, we should not go back to that. You know what, Danny? Here's my issue with that. If you want to go to that, then you get rid of the divisions. Otherwise, divisions have to matter. All right? And I'll tell you right now, one of the most important, one of the neatest things that you're seeing is in the Eastern Conference. Everyone believes that the Lightning are a better team than the Rangers. The Rangers are seated higher, right? Oh, okay. I was asked, should we go back to the 1v8 format? And that is the where you had 8 teams in the playoffs, top, last, two, and a seeding system. A little different than what we have today. And I absolutely say no. And my thing is divisions matter. Now let me pull something up here real quick. I don't have it directly in front of me, but give me a second. I got to pull up regular season standings, and I'll do that in a second. I'm pulling it up now. Right? I want to look at something on the East Coast. Because if I remember right, no, the Rangers ended up having 110 points, and Tampa Bay had 110. Tampa Bay was 51, 23, and 8, but were third in their division with 110 points. The Rangers were 52, 24, and 6, 110. Right? Rangers had 44 regulation wins. Tampa had 39. But the reason that Tampa is ranked. Our Tampa is playing on the road. Is they were a 3rd seed, not the 2nd seed. So even though they had the same points as the Rangers, I didn't realize Rangers had 110 points. That surprised me. Wow. So now I don't feel now I don't feel so good about my pick. Well, I mean, it was a good pick, but now it just makes me feel a little better thinking that I, knew more than I did, I guess. Haven't figured that out. Where are we at here? I'm kind of lost. They need to go back 1-4 in division. No, that I don't agree with either. Right? The reason I don't agree with that, is because you would have had a team in the West make it that didn't deserve it. Right? You would have had Vancouver get in, and Vancouver did not deserve to get in over the Predators. Right? That's the thing there. That's why I like what they did now with the 2 wild cards. The 2 wild cards ensures that your best 8 teams get in. Right? You have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 2 wild cards. So your best 8 teams are getting in. There is very little chance that somebody with a higher, I mean, it will happen from time to time, but very little chance that a team, the 3rd ranked in the, let me go back. Okay. Let me go back to this. So, Vegas would have got in with 94 points. Nashville would have gotten left out with 97. That's why you don't want to do that. Nashville was a better team than Vegas. Vegas would have gotten swept by Calgary in my eyes, but that's what it is. Vegas didn't deserve to be in the playoffs. That's why I think what they've done now is this ensures that the top 8 teams, for the most part, I'd say 95% of the time, are going to make the playoffs. I rarely think that you're going to have, like, Los Angeles have less points than, say, Vancouver. It was close. They had 99, but you don't have Vegas, who has 94. I mean, not Nashville, is what I meant. Right? So to me, what I like is that they have made sure that the best 8 teams are making it in the playoffs, and they made the divisions count. That's what's important to me. If you're going to have divisions, make them count. Make winning your division mean something. Make coming in 2nd in your division mean something. Make it mean something. And that's what I think we're seeing here. We're absolutely seeing where teams that came in 2nd in their division, it means something. Right? It absolutely means something. For me, that's the way it is. And I'll stay with that. Ashley's still dashing. I put everybody else is probably watching the game, so that's why I don't have a lot of people here watching us or staying with us or whatever. But that's fine. We are what we are. We're talking about what we talk about, and we love you. It's up to everyone on a team to help themselves make the playoffs. If a team deserves a shot in the playoffs, they've earned it. Okay, that's what I mean, Ryan. But, the 1v4 would leave teams off. Like, it would have left the Predators off and allowed Vegas in. And I don't think that's right. Vegas had 94 points. The Predators had 97. Or actually 99. It's 97, I think. So at that point, McCarr crying because he didn't get a call. Man, it's amazing how that's my thing with the Avalanche. Every call has to go their way. Oh, wait a minute. He's hooking Drysdale. Oh, I love this. He's hooking Drysdale. He loses his stick, and it's Drysdale's fault. Wow. That's my problem here. That's a huge problem. Oh, Drysdale's hurt. Oh, he's hurt. Yeah, maybe you shouldn't hook the dude. I'm on your side guy. I like the wild card setup. Gotcha. Yeah, I agree. Avalanche are spoiled brats of the NHL. I kind of agree with that. I absolutely agree with that. And I've seen, see, that's another thing that's got to get handled is hooking, right? Anytime that a guy clamps down on the stick, that's holding the stick. Well, Steven, then get rid of divisions. Well, that's 2-1. Then tell the NHL to get rid of divisions and play and set the conferences to where it's a lot more even, that you're playing more games in conference than outside of it. Because here's the thing. How the NHL sets their schedule. You play either three or four games. It used to be 5, but now I think it's 3 or 4 games. In your division, you play 3 games in the division opposite your conference, and then you play 2 games in the other conference. Well, okay, if you're going to do that, the division has to be important. That's why I say don't forget the divisions, right? I disagree with that. I absolutely disagree with that, right? But if they're not, they're not going to play a balanced schedule because of travel, right? They're not going to play a balance. I'm talking to you guys. I didn't actually see it. I see the aftermath. Well, Ryan, one of the things they looked at doing was what they did in the last season, right? What they did last season, where they basically had 4 conferences, right? And then you set it up, 1 through 4 in the conference, and in the conferences you played each other going that way. Well, again, Steven, here's my issue, right? If you'd have done that, the Blues would have ended up playing the Oilers as the number 4 versus 5 seed. The Blues finished 3rd in their division. The Oilers finished 2nd. If you finish 2nd in your division, you shouldn't have to play a team that finished 3rd in theirs has the away team, has a lower seed. That's my issue with that. The division has to matter. If the division matters, you play it within the top 3 in the division and then the 2 wild cards, right? That's what they did last year. They did something like that last year, right? And they had talked about that. They had talked about that, going back and naming it the old names, and that got scrapped again, right? It seems like the tide is turning for the Oilers, and I hope it does, right? Oh, McKinnon in the box. Okay, now that's not boarding. Oh, he threw it over. That's not McKinnon. I can't see who that is. 18. I forget who 18 is. But Edmonton on the power play. Let's see what they can do in the last minute 58 of this period. It is still possible. Well, I hope so, man. You see impossible, and I say I'm possible. Remember that. Yeah. How many times did they do it in St. Louis? They didn't call it, like 3, right? 3 times. That's another one that needs to get looked at. Pucks over the. Well, first of all, that penalty is a bad one. The delay of game penalty, I have an issue with. Puck over the glass isn't delay of game. Delay of game is the defenseman going behind the net and just staying there waiting for everybody to change. Delay of game is when the puck is up against the boards and you put your skate on it and you hold it there, trying to keep somebody from getting at it. That's delay of game. Well, see, Steven, I disagree with that. It's not a bad setup because of what the wild card does. right? Well, there we go, 3-1. Looks like McDavid did it. There we go. The reason I say it's not a bad setup, because look what happened. You had this season. The 5 teams from one division, the 3 from the other, right? No, it's on TNT right now. Oh, Cup Finals is on both. It's going to switch back and forth between ESPN and TNT, I think. I'm not 100% sure. It could only be on TNT, but I think it's going to switch between the two. I'm not 100% sure, to be honest with you. Right? I actually wish it was on ABC and it would be in prime time on every game. That's what I wish it was. Right? Yeah, McDavid needed that. McDavid needs to get going, but he also needs to lift everybody else up. Drysdale's hurt as hell, man. I feel sorry for this guy. It prevents the game from stopping. Okay, but that's not the... Call it over to puck out of play. Right, or something like that. Well, I would love it if it was on ABC, but I don't know, Danny. I honestly don't know. I was hoping it would just prove that our division was that. Oh, our division is that much better. It is way much better, and you can't base it on the playoffs that it isn't, right? You had 5 teams in. You were going to lose. You were going to lose 3 or 4 of them, 3 of them, no matter what. You know, anywhere you were going to lose anywhere from 2 to 3 of them, no matter what, right? You had 4 of them play within one side, on one side. So you were going to lose 2 of them, no matter what, with the possibility of losing 3. And that's what ended up happening. You lost 3, right? It is what it is. I got to admit, I was wrong. When I handicapped back about with 30 games left to go, I handicapped the finals, and I didn't have the Oilers in that top 10 list. Right? I didn't think the Oilers, at that point, I didn't think the Oilers were going to, I didn't think anybody would ever say that. Well, he wasn't as bad as the other guy. Right? Well, that's the end of the second, and it is 3-1 Edmonton. Right? Well, and the Flames were good this season, my friend, and so were the Oilers. Ended up finding their spot, Ryan. So I got to disagree. I'll tell you what, next year I see the Pacific being the stronger division than the Central. The Central is going to take some huge step back, right? Huge step back. Dallas is going to take a step back. Nashville's probably going to take a step back. Minnesota is going to take a huge step back. St. Louis, I don't think takes a step back. I really don't. They just need to change some pieces. Colorado, I'm not sure of, but I can see other teams taking a step back. Chicago's taking a step back. Winnipeg could take a step forward. Right? The Golden Knights are going to take a huge step back. But I see the Kings, I see the Ducks, Edmonton, I see Vancouver taking a step forward. I got to be honest, it's going to flip-flop. I could see 5 teams from the Pacific make the playoffs next season and only 3 from the Central. I could really see that flip-flop. But I could also see the top of the Central being better than the top of the Pacific. Right? Oh, Minnie's going back for sure. Right? Minnie is absolutely going back. They're not even, they're going back. Right? I think both LA and Anaheim, I see LA and Anaheim making the playoffs next year. Right? In the Pacific, here's my 5 teams. Right? Just looking at things right off the bat. I could see Calgary, Edmonton, LA, Anaheim, and Vancouver all make the playoffs next season. Right? I absolutely could. And in the Central, I could see it being St. Louis, Colorado, and Winnipeg. Well, not just that. They got Trevor Zegras, too. Right? I'm not 100% sure of that. I want to see. I got to wait to see I know they're in cap hell, but I don't think they're in that bad of cap hell, right? I think it's something that they can get creative with. Seattle's 3 years out. Seattle's got 2 to 3 more years before they're anything, right? They wanted, and that was their plan. That was Seattle's plan from the get-go, and it was obvious. I've talked about this before. How many, the Tarasenko thing, a lot of people made a big deal out of the Blues leaving Tarasenko unprotected in that draft. That was not, they knew it. That was to protect Barbashev, right? That was absolutely to protect Barbashev, because they knew that they were going to either take Barbashev or Dunn. If you'd have left Dunn unprotected or Barbashev unprotected, they were taking Barbashev. The Blues would have rather lost Dunn than Barbashev. Okay, who can we leave unprotected then? That that they're not going to take, so we can protect Barbashev. And then the Tarasenko stuff leaks, and oh my goodness, now Tarasenko is a locker room cancer. Somebody you don't want, but we're going to get you. If you want him, take him. Nah, not going to happen. That wasn't going to, the strategy that played out in that. I'm sorry, I got to give Armstrong some credit. I think the Tarasenko leak was on purpose. I think it allowed them, because there were other players, other high profile players that were put on, that were left unprotected because they were in their, what do you call it, last year, like we could have left Schwartz unprotected, which we did, but that crap where they signed Schwartz later, that was for me was an issue. That was an absolute issue. Ryan, I agree with you, my friend. I absolutely agree with you. Yeah, I absolutely believe he knew that their eyes were Barbashev or Dunn. And I'm telling you, if you're, who would you rather leave on? If you could lose, if you had to lose one, who would you want to lose? Right? I'm not completely sure about that, Earl. I mean, I'm not 100% sure about that. But he is a great GM. He's had some blunders, right? I think they resign him. I really do, Matlow. I think, again, this is all predicated on everybody talking about the trade request, and I still call it request because I don't think, and actually, I gotta say this. I gotta hand it to Gordon, Jeff Gordon from the Post-Dispatch. In his article where he ranked, graded the Blues, he said with Tarasenko, it was his camp that made the request. If that would have gotten put out that way, all of this shit that was brought up would have never been brought up. But it wasn't put out that way. It was put out that Tarasenko wanted it, not that it was his camp, his agent that put it out there. Right? Me and Lance have talked at length about this. And I'll tell you what, I remember when it came out, I brought it up. I straight brought it up. Wow, yeah, that was bad. I mean, he just pounded Drysdale. Drysdale's getting pounded. Poor dude. But then again, he turns around and makes the play that makes it one. Letty's an interesting one. Okay, Letty is, oh, excuse me. Oh, wow. Okay, so Letty for me, there was the speculation was that Letty was going to go back to the Islanders because he wanted to play for Barry Trotz. Well, Barry Trotz is no longer with the Islanders. Okay. Letty had a couple of shots at a cup with the Islanders that went away. Right? And I knew who he was talking about. I knew Ryan. And you know what? Guys, I write, so I understand making, spelling mistakes and shit, because a lot of times, it's the autocorrect that does it. And you don't catch it. I don't catch it a lot. I think I type one thing, and I have a learning disability that makes me read what I thought I typed, not what's actually there. So I don't get on people with the spelling mistakes and or things like that, because it doesn't bother me. As long as I understand what you're talking about, no issue. I mean, look at Brad Pond. We love Brad Pond, and there's, you have to have a Brad Pond whisperer sometimes. What I was saying about Letty was, I just heard he wanted to be in the East, but liked it here. I could see Letty staying. I think that there could be Letty staying. However, again, what do you give up to get him? Now, he was making $5 million last year. He can't make that same amount in St. Louis. He can't. Okay, we only paid him $2.5 million. Actually, I'm not dyslexic. I wish I was. That would explain a lot. I'm not dyslexic. Barry Trotz is going to find a job real fast. Anaheim, Chicago. Where's Trotz going? Oh, I could see him. You know what? If I was Chicago, I'd fire at him, but I don't think he's going to Chicago. I really don't. Oh, no. That's fine. It's just, you're not disrespecting me. It's actually, I have something called Gerstmann syndrome that really affects how you. They used to think it was the physical act of writing, right? That's what they all thought it was. It was the physical act of writing, and it makes physically writing painful. Well, there's a lot more than the physical. It's not just the physical act of writing. It becomes up to a point where there's another one. Not true. Not true at all, Ryan. He has signed some bad contracts. The Allen contract was a bad contract. I will admit that. The Allen contract was a bad contract. Schwartz's contract, he was a little overpaid. Some people think that the Binnington contract is a bad contract. I'm not sure yet. I think it's too early to say whether or not that's a bad contract or not, but I'll tell you what, it's been brought up. Tammy says, what do you think about Cassidy being let go from that one shocked me. But then I heard him use the exact same words Lou Amarillo used when he let go of Trotz with the Islanders. And I heard somebody bring up, what if Bergeron said, I'll stay if you let Cassidy go, but I won't stay if Cassidy stays? Possible, right? Binnington, Parayko could end up being bad contracts. They could. I don't think so. No, actually, I don't think his bad contracts are as bad on the no trade clause as everybody thinks it is. I'm taking $9 to $10 million for a star player. Well, the Blues can't afford that. Blues cannot afford that. And you know what? The economy is not the same economy it was, right? I could actually see, I'll be honest with you, with the way the economy is right now, with the war in Ukraine. Oh, I hate this effing commercial. I absolutely hate this effing commercial. They're doing the one where they pass the puck, right? And they have Crosby pass the puck to Ovechkin. Great. Then they have Ovechkin pass the puck to Stamkos. Problem is, there was another winner in between there. Shouldn't he be passing the puck to Pietrangelo? Not Stamkos? You're erasing that the Blues ever won the cut. Right? I know we're kind of jammed with it now. A guy doesn't agree, but well, okay, let's go back. So Matlow, which contract do you think we're agree with? Yeah, I heard about that. You know, broken ribs 3 times during the year, and he still had a decent season. I think he did. Right? I hope he comes back really strong, real strong with the off season. Because I think he can have one of them years. I really do. Right? I really do. Because a lot of people talked about him disappearing in the playoffs. Well, if he got broken ribs, that's probably why he disappeared in the playoffs. Right? Parayko is a good contract. You know there are teams that are giving him $8 million a year. Parayko is a decent contract. We did get but his no trade clause, his early no trade clause concerns me, but I don't think he's getting traded. And I also think that there's some things that I think he's still hurt a little bit. Oh, yes, I do, but I don't know how much of a discount, and that's the problem. I know what I'd like to sign him at. I mean, he's made his money, and I disagree with that. Well, maybe, but why trade Krug? Why trade him? He's been an astounding. He's been a great defenseman. No, you cannot wear a cast for broken ribs. There's nothing you can do. Right? You can't wear a cast. None of that. They've said some of it, but not all of it. The only one that I really heard about was Shen with the broken ribs and Bennington with the leg. They didn't say what was wrong with Krug. They didn't offer Krug up to the media. Right? Let me hold on, Matlow. Stand by, buddy. I know I have it up here somewhere. Just got to find it. Here we go. Okay. Go back. Looking at some different things. Okay. So, wow, O'Reilly does not have a no trade clause for next season. Wow, no. O'Reilly's making $7.5 million next year. He's a UFA the year after. Tarasenko, who has a full no trade clause, is making $7.5 million. He's a UFA after next year. Shen is making 6.5, and he is signed all the way through 2027-20. He signed through 27-28. He has a full no trade clause. Well, actually, he doesn't. Starting in July 2025, he can submit a 15-team no trade clause. Bushnevich has a 12-team no trade clause, and he is signed through 2020 or 24-25. Saad has a full no trade clause. No, it doesn't. 25-26, 12-team no trade list. Everybody else, Kyrou, Thomas, Barbashev, UF. Barbashev's the one that I don't want to lose this season. I'll tell you what. So here, our next season. I mean. So next season here. So our UFAs for this season are Bozak, Perron, Letty, and Husso. I will let Husso go in a heartbeat. Have no problem letting him go one bit. Bye-bye. No problem letting him go. Right? We have Mikola and Prunovich are RFAs. Right? Both of them are gonna get some money. They're Mikola's arbitration eligible. Prunovich is gonna take whatever the Blues offering. All right, gonna happen. Probably gonna be $1 million, somewhere around there. I don't see him to be much more. I think for goalie, you're gonna pull up either Hoffer or Lindgren to fill that spot. Be honest, really the only spot that I see the Blues having to fill right now at this moment is Bozak. Bozak is the only person that I see not getting re-signed. And you really don't need to sign anybody. I have been paying attention to it. I have not completely been watching. I tried to watch a little bit yesterday. AHL TV is not that great. You know what? I don't listen to any of those trade rumors. 90% of trade rumors are guys like me who go, "Oh, wouldn't it be nice if they traded this guy for that guy?" Right? That's what 90% of the trade. Huso won't re-sign either. No, he won't. I already said that. Do you think that all the players that have no trade clauses is actually a compliment to the organization of the future of the team? Maybe that's something worth writing. Actually, I do like the no trade clause, and I think here's the one thing. Don't let the door hit you where the good Lord split you. There's one thing that I think a lot of people miss with that no trade clause and what it does, right? A lot of these guys, you got to look at what age they are, right? You're looking at guys. Let's pay attention to that real quick, okay? Tarasenko is 30. He'll be 31 in December. Got what? Little kids, school-age kids. Keep my kids in school, right? Stability. Shin, 30. Stability. Bushnevich, 27. Stability. Saad, 29. Stability. Falk, 30. Stability. Krug, 31. Stability. Pareko, 29. Stability. Right? Those are the guys that have no trade clauses. These are guys that are looking for stability. And that I don't have an issue with. Well, Colorado just scored. I couldn't see who it was. Looks like Tays may have gotten one through. Tays fired one that bounced off of an Edmonton player. Yeah, right off his leg. Looks like number 5. I think that's Nurse. I got to study my numbers this offseason. I got to really study my numbers. So I can do. Oh, and man, Smith almost got it. Smith was right there. I mean, it just hits the bottom part of his glove. Just hits the bottom part of his glove. Right? So come on, Edmonton. Let's get that back. Get that lead back. Let's get that 2-goal lead back. Get that. There's one thing that the Avalanche do that I don't understand how they're able to do it. They are so aggressive in the offensive zone. I mean, like when the other team has it, they're not playing back. They're coming and coming and coming. And that should open up passing lanes and guys that are open. But it just seems that they can never, guys can't find it. Goalies can't find it. The defensemen can't find it. They can't get it through lanes. It seems like that swarming. You should be able to beat that swarming, and nobody does. Nobody's figured out how to beat that swarming. Right? CC, I'm not sure what that is, Tammy. I'm older than Saad. I'm older than everybody that plays for the Blues except Chief. Right? And actually, Chief might be a little bit younger than me, to be honest with you. Might be. I'd have to double check. He might be. Oh, okay. Oh, that was CC. Okay, you got me, Tammy. Thank you. I got to study my numbers. I got to really do that in the off season. Use the guide I got. No problem, Tammy. Gotcha. Thank you so much. What a good show tonight, man. 11 of you still. Wow, man. The numbers are getting better. You guys are loving us. And a big thank you to Matt Park, Earl Smith, Tammy Pemberton, Erickson Krieger, and Brad Pond for putting those thumbs in the air. We greatly, greatly appreciate you for doing that. And for all you watching on YouTube, which there are 6 of you, if you put a like in the air with thumb in the air, we appreciate that too. I just don't get to see who you are. How many times have the Blues made the playoffs? I want to say in there, the 45, I think it is. I think the Blues have made the playoffs 45 times out of 51 or 52, whatever it is. Right? They've made the playoff. They're a staple. I mean, they're tied second for the longest playoff streak at 25 years. Right? Avs are losing a lot of players after this season. Yeah, but they always seem to retool. Right? They seem to retool. Kadri is going to go somewhere else, but Kadri's not going to get paid everything he thinks he's going to get paid. I'm sorry, there's still a lot of teams out there that don't want the baggage she brings. They really don't, right? Um, I am working on getting some former guests. I'm working on getting one of the Blues former e-bugs on the show. I'm working on that. I'm working on trying to get um, I'll even say his name, Eric Weidman, who just signed an extension with Montreal from St. Louis. He was one of the St. Louis Five that helped put St. Louis hockey on the map. Trying to get him on. Working on that. Working on a couple of Blues. I'm not gonna give up, guys. I mean, I'm here for you, right? I am 7. Okay. Well, okay, there might be 7 likes. Oh, 7 watching on YouTube right now. Well, it was 6 when I looked there, E. So it jumped up 1. Right? I still appreciate it, you know. I see numbers differently than you guys do. So just remember that. I have a little marker that shows me individually. I can see YouTube and then the 3 different ways I have it on Facebook. So I thought about having it only on Facebook one way, but you know what? It just, there were some issues there. I'm trying to just get as many, let as many people know. I don't care about the numbers anymore, right? You always get my thumb, guy, you slime man. Well, you're welcome, my friend. You're welcome. I had a great show, guys. Had a great show, man. Thank you so much. I didn't think I'd be able to do it tonight, but Ryan Green, this one was for you. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. We know what you do. What you all do for me. I appreciate it. I really do. The harder sometimes, when I'm having a bad day, you guys bring me up, you lift me up, and you help me get through it. And you let me know that I'm not alone in what I go through and what I'm doing. And I got 2 more now. Stephen Glass, Danny Johnson, Aaron Colcher, thank you so much for putting them thumbs in the air. Tammy thinks it's a great show. I appreciate that. Erickson said, thanks for coming on tonight. I'm getting to love you, buddy. I don't know who that is, though, but I think I know who it is. I don't have it up. I don't have my Facebook up to look at it. See if I can bring it up, find out who it is. Da, 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 da. Oh, wow. Tim Peel called the injury. Oh, Marianne Holmes. That's who it is. And we weren't seeing Mary's name. Hey, Mary. We love you. Attaboy Ryan, whipping guy into shape. Well, thank you. You guys, if you have contact with me, reach out anytime you want. However, let me also say this. Whether I may not respond to you, I need to compartmentalize my personal life from the show life. And I've had that, I've learned that lesson recently. And but there's some of you out there. I just seen that. I agree with him. I absolutely agree with him. Right? Doc enjoyed your article. Which article was that, Mary? Which article was that? And when am I going to get Doc to talk to Doc? When is Doc going to ever just talk to me? And I know he can't come on the show, but he can talk to me personally, and I'll keep it confidential. I'll keep it confidential. I need to start writing some more. I need to get in that, get back into the pen, get in the ink barrel. It's Brett Hull saying he loves you. I wish. Oh, Edmonton just got that 2-goal lead back. There we go. That article. I've got a lot of that articles. I think we're going to pass the Red Wings soon for the most playoff appearances. I don't think so. We are so far behind in playoff appearances, right? Trust me, you got to remember, those teams have been around 100 years, right? And at one point, 4 out of the 6 teams made it in the league. So the last one you did of the season, let's see, the last one I did 2. I did one for, I did 3. I wrote one about, oh man, I gotta go look at my thing on Inside the Rink, because I did 2 for them. right? And I wrote one for myself. I wrote a game recap that nobody read, which is normal. Let me see if I can bring it up here. Bring my stuff up. I'm trying to remember the 2 articles I wrote. Because I wrote one that did well and another one that didn't. Okay. There we go. Hold on. I'm trying to find it now. Got to see if I can find my name. Probably got to go to last month because I don't think I've had any reads this month yet because I haven't written anything. Yeah, I don't have any reads this month. No one's read my stuff this month yet. Let me go back. Or this week. Maybe this month somebody's read it. Let me look. Let's see. Nope, no one's read my stuff this month either. Yay, me. So let me go back to here. I'm trying to find my stuff. Give me a second, guys. There we go. Here we go. 2000. Yep, I haven't had anybody read me this month. So it was either the Blues, the shots that brought down the Avalanche, or St. Louis Blues. They are who we thought they were, right? Our history isn't as long as Detroit. And actually, sometimes you do, Ryan. Sometimes you do, my friend. Sometimes you do. Edmonton's up 4-2. Hopefully they can hold on to it. They need this win, and I want to see them go back into. I really want to see them go back into game 5 in Colorado and just really take it to them. I really do. Yes, I will survive. I will survive. I just need to write more. If I write more, more people will read. More people will read. They'll get how to know me, and then maybe I'll get picked up by somebody bigger. They needed a ambulance long before they even started playing hockey. They cry so much. Right? I'm sorry. It's getting to the point where I'm putting the Avalanche at a higher hate rate than the Blackhawks. At a much higher hate rate than the Blackhawks. Well, guys, hold on. Oh, sorry, Shaggy. Shaggy wasn't able to join us today. He had some other stuff going on. Well, guys, have a great night. Have a great day. And again, you know what? I do what I can, and I know I'm not the most knowledgeable. I'm not the most articulate. I'm not the most, the most educated. I know what I know. That's it. I know what I know, and I do what I can, and try and make things happen, right? But I appreciate each and every one of you, guys. This is Guy, the Hawaii Blues fan, saying aloha, mahalo, and you got to know I'm bleeding blue with you. Maybe I'll write tomorrow just for you guys. Aloha.